Hey everyone, it's Scott here. Thank you so much for joining me today. It really means the world. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day and your busy schedule to join me to talk about one of our favorite topics, fragrances. Well, as you can tell from the thumbnail, today we're going to be talking about my top 10 favorite luxury niche fragrance houses. So let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so we're talking about fragrances, right? In particular, we're talking about luxury niche. One of the things, at least for me and my priorities when it comes to a really fabulous, fantastic luxury niche fragrance house is a few things. They have to check a couple boxes. One, does it invoke a feeling? Is it transportive? Does it transport me to another time, another place? And does it tell a story? Not just with words or not just with pictures, but with what the fragrance invokes. Because I always say a good fragrance tells a story without saying a word. So if it does that, we're already ahead of the curve. All right, also, packaging means a lot. When you go ahead and buy a mainstream fragrance from a Macy's or a Dillard's, you're just getting simple packaging. You might have a celebrity endorsing that package, but most of all, you're just buying it for the juice. Well, when you're buying a luxury niche fragrance, you're really expecting to get a little bit more because you're paying a little bit more with your money. A lot of times you're paying more because they're not mass marketing these fragrances. They don't have a lot of distribution chains, and they use higher quality ingredients, more luxurious materials as far as making the bottles and how they make the labels and all of that. Hopefully they're paying extra attention to detail, which a lot of these companies I love, I believe they are in my estimation. So when you have a house like Zoologist Perfumes, which is, spoiler alert, going to be on this list, I really love what they're doing with their packaging. Here you have the notes, you have the amazing artwork, the perfumer, and it tells the story. And so that's what you're really looking for, is that attention to detail and how much time is spent by that perfumer and fragrance house with their boxes. So same thing with one of my other fragrance houses, Zaharoff. Their attention to detail is really amazing. And so that's another thing that I look for, checking off the box, checking off all the boxes. Do they pay attention to detail? How is their packaging? How is their box? How is their artwork? Does it invoke a story? And is the fragrance really good? And those are some big, important things to look for in a fragrance house. And let's go ahead and talk about my first one. The first one I want to talk about is Amouage. Man, do I love this house. This is one of my favorite fragrances here, Reflection. Now they have Reflection Man Extrait, and man, is that a beautiful fragrance as well. But I really love this house for so many reasons. Because of their attention to detail, they use the most luxurious materials, and they just have so many artistic fragrances. They really use amazing perfumers. And if you smell a lot of their fragrances, they really are artistic masterpieces. You've got fragrances such as Enclave. You've got Meander. Meander is a journey. If you've never gotten your nose on Meander, you need to, because it takes you through all kinds of climate changes, and it's just an amazing fragrance. You've got Boundless and my all-time favorite, Jubilation, and I just really love their attention to detail. And for that reason, they're a really good house, and they make fragrances that are really powerful. And when you're spending a lot of money, you want your fragrances to last. And so for that reason, I'm always going to recommend the house of Amouage. All right, guys, next on my list, I think this is the perfect house. Now, I will say this, their bottles are simplistic, their packaging is simplistic, but their fragrance and the juice is absolutely amazing. Your money, if you're a beginner and you're just now coming to the channel, or you're just passing by, you're a casual observer, first of all, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. But second of all, if you're looking to start your own fragrance collection and you don't know where to start when it comes to niche fragrances, look no further than this house right here. This is the house of Mancera. Mancera makes some absolutely affordable fragrances. These are luxury fragrances. Don't get it twisted. They make fragrances that are really affordable and very inexpensive, but they go all day, and they're very beast mode. Like I said, the packaging is a little bit more simpler than some of the other niche houses on this list, but if you're looking to spend the least amount of money and have a fragrance that just is powerful and projects, look no further than the house of Mancera. And here's some good fragrances to start with. This is a good one for the spring, summer, really all year round in my opinion. And this one right here, if you're looking for beast mode, powerful for the fall, winter, this is another good one. But they have so many other offerings, guys. Those are just some examples. I just love how long these fragrances last and how cheap they are. And it's an excellent way to start your fragrance collection. All right, Next on my list is a house that I'm absolutely in love with for all the reasons I mentioned earlier, about checking off all the boxes with artwork, with attention to detail, with luxurious materials. But there's another category I didn't mention in the beginning, and that is the man behind the company. And Christian Petrovich is an incredible man. His company is run, with precision, with absolute first-class taste. He's just a Renaissance man as it is. He's a model, he's a philanthropist, he's into selling homes. He does it all. He's even acted before and a perfumer. And guys, he just does everything first class, and he's a true gentleman. He's a really good guy. If you're ever lucky enough to talk to him, he'll make you feel special, make you feel like you're the only one in the room. And his fragrances are amazing. And one of the first fragrances I ever got my nose on is this one right here, Triumphal Bacchus. This is an absolute masterpiece, blended to perfection with apple and vanilla and some boozy notes and tobacco. And then look at this, guys. Look at this bottle. Their attention to detail is so amazing. This juice is so gorgeous, guys. And they have so many offerings. The newest offerings they have now include a crystal in the cap, which I think is an absolute nice touch. Some label inside the plate in here. And, their atomizer technology is so cool. Look at this. Covers such a large amount, or as little as you want, because it's pressure sensitive. But the atomizers on this are so good. And how many times have we gotten a luxury fragrance or a designer fragrance and it just kind of trickles out of the bottle? That's so disappointing. So the atomizer is a nice touch to the detail, letting you really know you're getting something special. And again, another fragrance from Argos, Palazzo, absolutely amazing. And there's so many more to come from this house. I own Homme, which is absolutely amazing, gorgeous men's fragrance that works in the spring and summertime. My wife loves the Parfum, which is one of the most beautiful fragrances I've ever smelled on a lady. And again, guys, look at their box and their attention to detail. Just so amazing. I won't open this box, but there's another box that's inside here that keeps the fragrance protected. Just absolutely exquisite. All right, moving right along. Another fragrance house that is near and dear to my heart. They're one of the first people that ever support me. I've never gotten anything free from them, but they supported me very early on in my fragrance journey. I have tested so many samples and so many of their fragrances, and I have so many testers that I've bought directly from Zoologist, and their attention to detail is so amazing. I love their fragrances. I love how they tell the story and what they invoke with the animals. They're really mimicking the animal's habitat or kind of what they eat, and I just think it's a cool idea. Now, some of these fragrances can be challenging at times, but they're very artistic. They've won so many awards. This is another one of my favorite. I showed you the box earlier of Zoologist. Just an absolute gorgeous aquatic scent that kind of has this beautiful mineral, kind of like rocky coral scent going on in here. Just absolutely gorgeous seaweed accord. Man, it's just a beautiful fragrance. Squid is one of my favorites from them. They have so many offerings. Chipmunk is a very nutty fragrance as well. And this, really, their attention to detail, the artwork on the boxes, guys, trust me when I tell you, all their boxes and artwork are so cool, and they have nothing but award-winning perfumers. And Victor Wong is the one that runs this company, and he runs it to perfection. You always get a cool note from him inside the box when you receive your fragrance, which is a nice touch. And I remember one time when I first ordered their samples, I think I ordered like 4 samples, and he included 2 other extra samples in there I didn't even pay for. I'm not saying he's going to do that for everybody, but that's just their thought. They care about the customer, their attention to detail, and for that reason, I'm always going to love Zoologist. Just make sure, guys, before you try any of these fragrance houses I'm recommending, make sure you always sample first. There are so many ways now to sample online, and don't ever take my word for it. These are just my suggestions, my opinions, what I think, so always test them out for yourself, okay? I'm not the final authority. You are. I'm just here to guide you. All right, guys, next on my list, probably my favorite on the list, guys, for all the reasons I mentioned early, attention to detail, quality of fragrance. It's a home run with George Zaharoff and Claude Dior. Claude Dior is absolutely killing it out there with his fragrances, guys. Now, he has other fragrances on the market that you can find in the designer area, but his collaboration and his partnership with George is amazing. Now, they check off all the boxes. I showed you this box already with the detail and the artwork, but all these fragrances are so artistic, okay? They're just extremely gorgeous. But on top of that, on top of the artwork, invoking a story, attention to detail, a lot of times, guys, it's true in life with people. You may meet a lot of beautiful people. They've got everything together. They wear the suits. You've seen these people in church. They've got the suits on. The hair is perfect. All the kids are in their Sunday best. But inside, they're dying inside. They're horrible people sometimes. Not all the time. But you can never judge a book by its cover. Sometimes you may see somebody who's sloppy or maybe they're homeless, but they're the nicest, coolest person you've ever met in your life. And so don't ever judge a book by its cover. Just because a niche company has it all together as far as packaging and looks doesn't mean they're run well. And one of the things I love about Zaharoff is not only are they quality, not only are they luxury, but they are run by one of the most incredible people I've ever met. Why do I say that? Because he gives out free fragrances to people? Hell no. I say that because I see him being so successful and he takes so much time to lift up so many other people. That's the test of a true leader, true character. Are they stooping down to lift somebody else up? And I know George Zaharoff does that on a daily basis. He helps so many other people. He mentors so many other fragrance people that are getting into the fragrance houses. So many just other passer-buyers. He's always talking to people, always helping people. Heck, he even sent, I think, a wheelchair halfway around the world for a man. Guys, this is a man's man. He's a gentleman. He cares. And because he cares, we have an amazing fragrance house. We have amazing fragrances like Citrine, Rosé. By the way, absolutely amazing for the summertime. If you're looking for an amazing citrus blast that just puts a smile on your face. If you're looking for a beautiful unisex fragrance, all these fragrances are unisex, that smells like rose, that a man or a woman can wear, look no further than Rosé. You've also got Tobacco, which is absolutely amazing for the fall and winter. It's just blended to perfection. The tobacco note in here and the sweetness from the vanilla is absolutely gorgeous. So there you have it. Those are my feelings about Zaharoff. Next on my list, guys, is Parfums de Marly. They make so many great fragrances, late and Sedley. But my particular favorite is Percival. That is gorgeous for the summertime, guys. I really love this fragrance house. Their bottles are super heavy. So are the caps. They make amazing fragrances for fall and winter. This one right here for the wintertime, this one is called Herod. And it is just a beautiful, gorgeous, sweet tobacco fragrance. I love, love, love this fragrance, and they make so many masterpieces. Guys, next on my list is from the house of Zaharoff. Need I say anything else with this box? This packaging is amazing. Zaharoff, their attention to detail, the materials they use just to make the bottles, the way their juice is blended, man, are they really a luxurious fragrance house that I'm in love with. My juice is almost gone in this one. This one is called Neo, guys. It's absolutely beautiful for the summertime. This thing goes beast mode on my skin and is so addicting. I've also got another fragrance here that's aquatic and perfect for the summertime called 40 Knots that I'll feature in a video a little bit later. So guys, Zaharoff 40 Knots. Zaharoff is the house to look into if you're looking for pure luxury. A little bit on the high side, but they're definitely worth it. Next fragrance house on my list is from Istanbul, Turkey. We're talking about Nishane. They have a beautiful masterpiece for the winter called Annie. This one is Hacivat. I absolutely love this fragrance. It's got a pineapple blast that is so gorgeous. The citruses in this is amazing. It's got some woody undertones. I love this house. I've also got Ege here, which is perfect for the summertime as well. Just a nice, beautiful, gorgeous, luxurious shower gel vibe that kind of invokes the sea. I love it. Guys, give Nishane a try. If you've never ever heard of them, you need to look them up because they make some really affordable niche fragrances. All right, guys, another fragrance house, a little bit on the high side. We're going to be talking about Roja Parfums. This is Elysium. I love this house, guys. They make so many good offerings. Oceana, Elysium, Vetiver. Guys, the list goes on and on of all the different fragrances they make. And these bottles are heavy. Look at the cap. The cap has all of Roja's signature on them. Some of them have, crystals encrusted in them. And just their attention to detail is just absolutely amazing. They have a fragrance to fit all your needs. Some of them are really high. Some of them are a little bit more affordable. But those are fragrance house I would definitely recommend if you're looking for luxury and quality. All right, guys. Last on my list is from Master Perfumer Francis Kurkdjian, and this is Maison Francis Kurkdjian, Paris. Guys, I absolutely love this house. The bottles are simplistic. There's nothing too complicated about them. Same with the box, but the juice is blended perfection. So amazing. This fragrance right here If you're looking to go on a date in the wintertime or at night, this fragrance will seal the deal. It is absolutely gorgeous. Got another gentlemanly fragrance called Masculine Pluriel, just a lavender bomb, absolutely amazing. Again, blended to perfection. All these fragrances seem to last on my skin really, really well. And then just another great fragrance for the spring, summertime, very refreshing, also kind of mellow at the same time as Petite Matin. This is a great fragrance if you're looking for your zen, you know, looking for some peace and quiet. Petite Matin is absolutely amazing. So those are the 10 fragrance houses that I'll never stop recommending. There's so many others I could that I can mention for honorable mention. Navitas is doing some great things with their fragrances as well. I love Goldfield and Banks. They have so many amazing fragrances that are perfect freshies for the summertime. Kilian, absolutely killing it. Making some amazing fragrances that are perfect. A lot of Kilian's fragrances are rich, deep, dark, have a lot of depth. So those are some honorable mentions. All right, guys, what are some of your favorite fragrance houses? Let me know down in the comments below. What are some of your favorite luxury niche fragrance houses? And do you own any of these fragrances, or do you have anything from these houses? Let me know down in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. If you like the video, please leave a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. If you want to join me and my family on our fragrance journey, we'd love to have you, because there's a lot of synergy here. There's a lot of excitement. And guys, I'm only 100 away from 2,000. Help me on my fragrance journey and come along and let's help each other. And we'll have a lot of fun. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button down below and hit the bell notifications off to the side, and just share the video with your friends and family. We'll see you guys next time. I hope wherever you are, you're finding peace and happiness. Love you guys so much. Peace, love, and ciao.